Good morning, YouTube. Happy New Year. Good morning. Happy New Year. Welcome to the space. Welcome to your practice this morning. Welcome to 2023, starting it off strong with a beautiful intuitive practice, intuitive connection, and support and guidance from Spirit. Welcome, welcome. Go ahead and take a couple of deep breaths for me. Let out anything you don't need. The idea is to make room in your body, in your breath, and in your life, and in your energy for the new, and release anything that stands in your way of having the capacity to receive all the juicy goodness. Take another deep breath with me. Breathing in life and vitality and the beauty of the year, and breathe out anything finished, complete, so you can move on to more goodness. Welcome to the space. All right. I have a very special practice planned for us today. It's a special day. It's our first practice of the new year, and it's a really, really great time to use our intuition to reflect and to plan and do all of those beautiful things. So let's start off with a prayer. First, good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, AF Pulley. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Okay, let's pray. Spirit guides, God, ascended masters, ancestors, support teams, guides in spirit of any kind. Oh, we thank you, and we are so grateful to renew our spiritual practice on this side of the new year. We ask that you would support our spiritual practice, that it would support us, that we would receive your messages of guidance, that we can clearly hear, see, feel, and know your messages for us. We thank you so much for the ability to take a moment to sit and connect and be still so that your guidance can come in. We thank you for this thing we call intuition. We thank you that we are bigger than our bodies and more than this life. We thank you that our consciousness and our spirit and our soul is eternal, having this beautiful, amazing human experience, whether we're experiencing the highs or the lows. And we know that our intuition is the key to your guidance. We ask you to bless it, and we thank you for it. And amen. And so it is. All right, cool. Yes, welcome. Okay, so it's time to grab a notebook, flip to that first 2023 blank page. Just like our year, it is a blank page. I love the vibe of a blank page. Okay, so we are going to, let me get my notes here. We're going to do a gratitude list today. Same thing we usually do when we start out. We're going to do a gratitude list. Today's gratitude list is going to be a list of things that you overcame in 2022. Things that you overcame. Things that you overcame in 2022. Okay? So think about all your struggles. Think about the work you put in, the wins that you had, and the mountains that you actually did get to the top of. The ones that you climbed and you found yourself on the other side after successfully overcoming something. So grab your pen and paper, a couple minutes on the clock here. Let's list as many things that we overcame in 2022 as possible. Here we go. keep working on your gratitude list. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. I was feeling some pain, and I remembered that I did not take what I need to take in the morning, so I just went and did that. Okay, so I hope you have your gratitude list of things that you overcame in 2022, and you are reflecting on how big a year it was. You're reflecting on no matter what the challenges were, how well you really did. Pat yourself on the back. Those accomplishments were not easy. They weren't easy, but you did it. All right, fantastic. So we are going to move on to our 1 minute claircognizant hits. Okay. So I have 5 questions for you, as we do usually in every practice. And again, some of these questions are definitely focused on the fact that this is our first practice of a new year. So here we go. Grab your pen and paper. I'm going to tell you what to write down here for question number 1. You ready? Okay, question number 1 is, Spirit, how can I improve my physical health this year? Question number 1 is, Spirit, how can I improve my physical health this year? Question number 1, Spirit, how can I improve my physical health this year? Okay. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Okay, take just another moment here to wrap up question number 1 before we go on to question number 2. Okay. Here we go. Good morning, Cheryl. Hey. Okay, question number 2 is, Spirit, what good habits will contribute to my success this year? Of course, this could be habits you have already established or habits that you can create and form. Question number 2 is, Spirit, what good habits will contribute to my success this year? Question number 2, Spirit, what good habits will contribute to my success this year? Okay, here we go. All right. Good morning, Lizzy. Welcome. I'm just beaming today. Thank you. I'm really, really excited about the New Year energy. I always love the New Year energy. I think it's such a magical time. Let me tell you guys something. As you know, the psychic that I am, and as many years as I've been plugged in to using my abilities to the fullest, I do whatever it is, 10 hours of readings a week. So you add up, all of those readings for the past 17 years that I've worked as a reader. I'm pretty plugged in, right? And so I have a pulse on people and things. So I will tell you that the energy as a psychic, to tap into the energy of New Year's, is to tap into a different voice of us in the collective, because psychically you can actually feel, and maybe you could try this as well if you're intuitive and you want to, tap into this. It's really cool. Tapping into the collective around the New Year or holiday energy, especially if you're in the US or you celebrate these holidays, but New Year is something we all do. So it's really about New Year's is what I'm trying to make the point about. But if you tune in to the collective, you can tell that the energy around New Year is always very high and hopeful. And it's got a lot of massive potential and a lot of positivity attached to it. So more than, let's say, the middle of June, the New Year energy psychically, when you tune into it, we all sort of do the wave with our energy, and it peaks right around New Year because we all have hope for second chances, starting over, and all of those things are beautiful, pure feelings. And so the collective energy, it moves up in a way, it changes its octave, it actually opens and raises its frequency. And so as a psychic, I can feel that and kind of ride that wave. And so anyways, that's the benefit of the New Year. Yes, it does calm down a little bit because that luster of the New Year does kind of integrate, and we start to integrate. But right now the energy is really, really hot, so you can kind of tap into it and feel it. So anyways, I digress. Okay, so let's do question number 3 now. Question number 3 on our 1 minute claircognizant hits is Spirit, how and in what ways have I grown this past year? Spirit, how and in what ways have I grown this past year? One more time. Spirit, how and in what ways have I grown this past year? All right, let's talk about growth. Here we go. 1 minute on the clock. Okay, we're going to get ready to move on to question number 4. Okay, question number 4. Carol says, I feel hope. Yep, exactly. Okay, question number 4. This one's kind of fun. And this one is sort of a precursor to the meditation we're going to do. But it's good to write down our thoughts as well, because those are using different abilities. And so we're going to check in on this both ways. So the number 4 question is, Spirit, where will I be in 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year? Spirit, where will I be in 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year? So just jot down the first couple quick thoughts that come to mind. Using your claircognizant, clear knowing, let Spirit tell you where you will be in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Here we go. Okay, so take just a moment, wrap up question number 4. Question number 5, which is sort of a other end of the answer when it comes to where will I be. We see our future possibilities there. Question number 5 is, how do we get there, right? Spirit, how can I meet my potential this year? So when we looked at where we would be in 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year, future predictions are always potentials and roads that are laid out before us that are possibilities and probabilities. And so in order to secure the future self that we want and that we may have seen, Spirit, question number 5, Spirit, how can I meet this or my potential this year? How can I meet this or my potential this year? Okay, question number 5 is about potential. Here we go. Okay. All right, so we've got question number 5. I hope your intuition told you some amazing things about this year and some beautiful things about last year. I have a meditation for us today, and it's not just a meditation for meditation's sake. We are going to be doing a future prediction meditation. So, many of you know that the area of my psychic expertise is future predictions, timelines, future predictions, the way that I understand them and the way that Spirit has always informed me about what I'm doing and how it works. And, logistically, Spirit and I have a lot of talks about the logistics of how I'm getting the information and how it is contexted and how I'm supposed to deliver it and what information I'm supposed to give. And it's like I have to, if I'm the mechanic, I have to understand how the car works, right? So with future predicting, Spirit has always told me that future predicting is a lot more about possibilities and probabilities than ever being about an absolute. So we still need to meet the potential of our possibility and probability. So what I mean by possibilities and probabilities is, imagine that you were at home and there was a drugstore 10 minutes away. Okay. How would we be able to know how quick you could get there? Well, I would pull up my little Google map or whatever, right? And I would put it in there and I would say, it's 10 minutes. That's a possibility. That's a possibility. The quickest we can get there is 10 minutes. That's a possibility. But what if I said, what is the probability? If you had no other stops to make and you were very resolute right now, you're leaving right now and you're going to the drugstore, the probability would be pretty good. The only thing that would stand in your way is a force of nature, like traffic or a snowstorm or something that you didn't expect, but some sort of other divine order that was happening. But the probability could still be pretty good. if you were 10 minutes away from the drugstore, but I knew that you liked to get coffee, I knew that you had a return to do at the post office, then the probability that you would get there in 10 minutes is actually less, because that's more probable that you'll make some stops along the way because that was your plan, or that's where you were headed, or that was your temperament, or that's what the universe had in store for you. You get what I'm saying? So the possibilities that we see when we do time future predicting, it's not always in the bag. It's more about the road to Rome that is available to us, and then we can navigate how to get there. Can you think of like 10 different reasons, even just 10, why if the drugstore is 10 minutes away, you might not get there in 10 minutes? You can think of 10 easily. I just gave you a couple: snowstorm, coffee, post office, maybe you can't find your keys. Okay, there's like a million reasons why, even though the drugstore is 10 minutes away, you won't get there in 10 minutes, but the 10-minute route is still the route. So even if you see something that is not necessarily going to come true exactly as you see it, it's the possibility. And we're trying to build up the awareness so that the probability, should we want that probability, we align that possibility up with our intention and with our knowing, and it makes us much easier able to set an intention. If I say, listen, I know going to the drugstore is important for you and it takes only 10 minutes, but you can't stop anywhere else. Okay, you need to stay focused and remember that this is where you're going, and make every turn based on the directions you need to get there. And you said, okay, I'll do that, because you were focused and you decided that's what you wanted. That would be securing the potential of that outcome, right? So anyways, that's a little bit of a riff on future predicting to context what we're about to do here. So in the meditation, I'm going to take you to a possible 3-month future self on the timeline, 6-month future self on the timeline, and 1-year future self on the timeline. And from there, we're going to get a message from them, and about something good that they have experienced at that point in the timeline. And then they're going to give you a little bit of advice. And so again, we are getting advice from our best self, who meets the best potential possible with the goals we have in mind, and the goals Spirit is also directing us to have in mind. Okay. So I'm really excited about this. I love future work. So let's find a comfy position. And as usual, when we drop into meditation, I just like to not rush it. So I like to sit here for a minute. So let's just have a moment of silence and breathe through. Okay, and when you're ready, I'd like you to imagine yourself in that big, white, bright, beautiful space, that heavenly void that is just light, as bright and white as far as you can see. And this is a space that is positive and uplifting and pure, and the energy and vitality is buzzing all around you. Nothing but good things, good feelings, good energy. And just be here in that white, bright light. Let it bounce off your skin. Let it warm you. Let it make you feel good inside. And just then, as you're noticing the emptiness of the bright white space, a huge quartz crystal the size of a small she shed, a huge quartz crystal the size of a small she shed, appears in the white, bright light space. This will be your time machine, as it will traverse time and take you to the version of yourself that you would like to see. Just then you notice a door opening inside the quartz crystal, and you notice that inside of it is an inviting space, and that you would like to enter the quartz crystal as it will take you to the timeline and to the version of yourself that you wish to visit. The great, beautiful quartz crystal shines as if it's magnificent and lit from itself, but really it's a conductor of the beautiful white light energy you're in. And it'll stay in the beautiful white light energy, but it's going to take you to a different timeline where a different version of you exists. So when you're ready, step into the quartz crystal. Step into the crystal. And just then the quartz crystal absorbs you and your intention. It starts to light up, make a beautiful energetic sound, a tone, a frequency that opens your heart as if to ask you, where would you like to go? What I'd like you to do now is imagine yourself 3 months from now. 3 months from now is just the very, very beginning of the month of April. We've lived through January, February, and March. And it is now time to visit ourselves 3 months ahead. The crystal opens back into the bright white light space, except for now, there is a version of you standing there. I want you to approach that version of you standing in the bright white light space. And she may not look very different. He may not look very different. But take a moment to just stand in front of them. Look down at their feet. What are they wearing? Their knees, their hips, their chest, their hands and arms, top of their head, and facial expression. And if that was too fast, just sort of focused on one part of them at a time and let it come into your vision. Notice how loving your 3-month self is. They're 3 months wiser. They're 3 months more grateful. 3 months more powerful. And right now, I would like your 3-month self, your future 3-month self, to give you a message about something good that's going on in their life right now. Let them tell you what's good in your life 3 months from now in the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Notice your thoughts and receive your message. What's good in their life right now? Your 3-month self would like to give you some advice, something they've learned in the 3 months, something that set them up for success, maybe something to avoid. Either way, the energy is uplifting and positive as the advice is for your highest good. Let them give you advice in 3, 2, 1. Notice your first thoughts. What is their advice to you? All right, give your 3-month self a hug or a high five. Smile at them. They smile at you. As you approach again the inner compartment within the quartz crystal, your 3-month self is left to go ahead and build another 3 months. But we're going to skip right to that part. So go into your quartz crystal. Let it envelop you with beautiful, vibrant, bright light energy. As the frequency changes and hits a tone even higher, you know that it is asking you, where would you like to go? It's attuning now for a 6-month journey. A 6-month journey. The crystal lights up, starts to tone, gets bright, and at some point subsides and opens the door. I'd like you to step out the door again to another bright white light space, except for this is the space 6 months from now. And the version of you standing there, let's be honest, they're a little grand. You can tell their wisdom. You can tell the difference between you and them. They are you, but they are different. They have wisdom, they have experience, they've succeeded at a few things. However, they've acquired their knowledge. They're ready to share it with you now. So take a moment, approach your future self of 6 months, and take a look at them. Look down at their feet. What are they wearing? Take a look at their knees, their hips, their shoulder, down the arms, top of their head to their hair, and expression on their face. Look into his or her eyes. Notice it's you, but there's a sparkle of wisdom there, even more than in the 3-month version of yourself. In just a moment, your 6-month future version is going to give you a message about something good happening in their life. Receive that message in 3, 2, 1. Pay attention to your first thought. What is something good happening in their life right now in 6 months? Now they're going to give you a little bit of advice, something they've learned in their 6 months that will help you along to where they're at. Take a moment. Tune in 3, 2, 1. Pay attention to the first thoughts you have. What is the advice your 6-month future self is giving you? Smile and hug or high five your future self. Leave them there to take step by step into the year. But you are going to head back to your crystal time machine. Go ahead and come inside the crystal. Let it envelop you with energy. It turns on, it gets bright and beautiful. The light reflects through all the little inclusions of the crystal, and all the rainbows come out. And this time the energy and the power and the hum is very, very high and vibrating. You can feel the energy move through you. It says, here we go. Yes, I will take you a year into the future. The energy of the crystal is really, really turned on now. The tone settles your heart. All your worry subsides. The energy starts to wane. The door opens, and you find yourself in the bright white light again of 1 year from now. 1 year from now, there's a version of you standing outside waiting for you. They're breathtaking. Whether it's their power or their wisdom in their eyes, maybe it's their physical appearance or what they're wearing. Gosh, they just have something about them. They just have it together. There's something about them so desirable that you're so excited to achieve and see exactly how they created that version of themselves. So we step up to this amazing, beautiful version of ourselves 1 year in the future. And we take a look first at their feet, then look at their knees, then their waist. Take a look at their shoulders and chest, their arms and their hands, top of their head, hair, and facial expression. Just drink them in for a moment. What's different about them? Take a mental note. What's different? Can you sense it without them even giving you a message? And now, In the count of 3, I would like your 1-year future self to tell you something wonderful that's happening in their life right now. Receive that message in 3, 2, 1. Pay attention to your first thought. What is something wonderful happening in their life 1 year from now? Now your future self would like to give you some advice about the next year that you are going to be embarking on in the journey to meet where they are today. They have some advice for you. Receive that advice in 3, 2, 1. Pay attention to your first thought that comes. What is the advice they have for you about the year that they've lived? Breathe in the strength and the power and the energy of your 1-year future self. Breathe them in, drink them in. Take every look and vision before you say goodbye with a hug or a high five or anything else. It's time to go back and create this future. So you step back into the crystal. The crystal lights up. The door closes. The energy starts to brighten and enlighten the crystal. The tone drops down to a more grounded tone. The tone will take you back in time now to the moment where it all begins, where it all starts, which is today. The energy of the crystal lights up. The tone, though lower frequency, is exactly the beautiful frequency of the day in your heart. The crystal opens. You're back in the bright white light space of today. You take a deep breath. You thank the crystal. And when you're ready, you can open up your eyes. I love future work. How was that for you guys? Did you see anything cool? Did you get any good messages? Please tell me. I'm dying to know. Also, if you liked that meditation, I would really appreciate a little like on the video, because the ones that have the most likes, I'm going to go back and maybe make some extra content about. So if there's ever a video or a meditation or a practice or questions that you really liked, be sure to hit the like button on those videos. I mean, I would love if you hit the like button on all the videos, but especially if you're inspired by something in particular, because I can go back and pay attention to which ones people really liked. Okay. So thank you. I hope that was awesome. Yeah, future work is amazing. I love future work so much because the energy of possibilities and narrowing the probabilities is just so cool. It's like we get to co-create with the universe. And, I think our desires are a reflection of what the universe needs from us anyways. So it's not selfish to have a desire, and so with our desires push forward in our future, things start to manifest. And it's beautiful to see that. So all right, that was our future meditation. It's time to draw our card for the day. So if you have an oracle deck handy and you want to draw your own card, you can grab your own oracle deck right now, or your tarot deck, whatever you got with you. If you'd like me to pull a card from you, we're pulling cards from the future predictions oracle deck, which you can find at my website if you love it. I love it. AF Police says amazing. KBG says take your dreams seriously, as in visualize, then let go. Trust that you have a partner in the universe. Get out of your way. Stop fussing. Trust. Amen. Amen to that. I love that. I love that. Carol says, I'm rocking with excitement. Yes, yes, yes. AF Pulley says, yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. Lots of good energy today. Okay, I'm going to pull our card. First practice in the new year. Ooh! Our card is almost there. Almost there. So thinking about the meditation we had, the versions of ourself, we are almost there. And this is also a message about maybe something that you have on your heart and mind right now that's maybe not even related to the new year or anything, but it's just related to something that's just going on in your life right now. So I want you to focus on the message almost there. If you're using my card, focus on the message almost there. Notice what spirit is making you think about when you receive this message, and get a download here and take some notes on it. Okay. And also be sure to leave some time to take notes about your meditation as well. So maybe you can even take the card and the meditation in consideration and do one area of notes. But either way, we have our future meditation and the card almost there. So take a moment. Let's do our final journaling of today before we close up our practice. Carol says, my physical and soul body cherish both equally. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, my loves, I am going to close up our practice today, and I will see you tomorrow. I'll be here with you again to focus on another set of tools and questions and practices for us to dive into our intuition. If this is part of, I've been hearing from a lot of you that coming on has been something in your New Year's resolution list. If so, I'm so honored. I will be here for you as we take this journey into the new year. And I'm here. So come join. This is my resolution too. So I'll be here for you. Thank you so much, everybody. It was a pleasure practicing with you today. Remember that future self. Remember your messages. Have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.